Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I am Ada. So in this episode, guys, I am talking about boundary setting. All right, we are talking about healthy boundaries. Okay, we know that people tend to cross lines in relationships, and this is why you have to set boundaries. So I'm gonna give you some tips of healthy boundaries to set in any relationship so that you don't have the issues that a lot of people tend to have in relationships due to not setting boundaries. And this applies to any relationship, whether it's a marriage relationship, a friendship relationship, family member relationship, any relationship that you are involved in. You have to set boundaries as to what you're going to tolerate and what you're not going to tolerate in the relationship. Okay, so before I get started with this, please, if you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you very much for subscribing. If you have not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and subscribe so that you can see all the things I talk about. I talk about fashion, beauty, and lifestyle, and everything else in between. Okay, so today I happen to be talking about giving advice on boundary setting. All right, so let's get started. So hit that subscribe button, please, and subscribe to my channel so that you can follow along and see all of the topics I talk about, Boundary setting. So the first boundary that you need to set is one of self-respect. All right, we all have to be respected in a relationship. Okay, everybody deserves respect, and some people in a relationship will cross the line and try to disrespect you. So in order to prevent this from happening, you have to set boundaries from the beginning of the relationship. All right, if you don't set the boundaries, people are going to cross the line. They're going to disrespect you. They're going to make you feel bad. And this is not healthy. This is not healthy for any relationship. And in any relationship, both parties have to be happy. You have to, feel like this relationship is really fulfilling, and, you feel good about the relationship. When you start to feel bad about being in the relationship, that's unhealthy. That is not good for you. That just means it's this person in this relationship is making you feel bad about yourself. Some people have a dominant personality where they try to dominate every relationship that they're in. They want to control it. They want to feel good about themselves, and they don't care about how the other person feels. And if you are in a relationship where this is how you're feeling, like the person doesn't care about your feelings, they're constantly making remarks or doing things to upset you, then that's not good. You need to get out of that relationship, okay? Because you have to be respected. That is the first thing. Number one, just as much as they want to be respected, you want to feel respected as well. So if they cross the line of respect, then you need to get out of that relationship. But first of all, set the boundaries early enough, because when you do set boundaries, these things will not happen because the person knows what line not to cross. Okay? If they push and you keep tolerating, they're gonna keep doing it. So if you set the boundaries early enough, like, okay, don't cross this line, okay? Don't. They won't. Okay? People only dare to try if you allow them. I am a firm believer that people will only treat you as bad as you allow them to treat you. Okay, no one's going to treat you bad if you don't tolerate it. You only get treated bad if you tolerate it. That's a big word. If you tolerate it. If you do not tolerate it, they'll back off. Because, they're human too. And, but they're going to keep pushing, going to keep trying. Let me try this. Is she going to tolerate it? If you tolerate it, they'll keep going. But if you say, no, don't do that ever again, they'll stop. Trust me. Number two is you need to know that you cannot please people all the time. You cannot please your partner all the time. You cannot please your friend all the time. You cannot be the one giving all the time. You have to receive sometimes. All right? You set that boundary and let them know that although I'm giving, I expect something in return. I expect respect in return. I expect you to call me sometimes. I expect you to cook dinner for me sometimes. I expect you to go out of your way to do something special for me sometimes. I expect you to just, it could be a friend, it could be a partner, it could be a family member. If you set the boundary, like, this is what I expect. If I do for you, I expect you to do for me too. What is good for the goods is good for the gander, right? But if you just keep on doing, giving, and you don't expect anything from them, they're going to get used to that. They're going to love that. Some people would just love that, and they keep taking from you. And they figure you don't expect anything from them, so good for them. They're not going to try to give back. But if you set the boundary and let them know, like, okay, I can't be the one calling you all the time now. I can't be the one doing favors for you all the time now. I can't be the one going out of my way for you now. I expect you to go out of your way sometimes for me too, right? You gotta set these boundaries early in the relationship, because what happens if you don't set it early is you keep on giving, keep on going out of your way. Every time they need you, you run to them. But whenever you need them, they give you an excuse and you accept it. Next time, the same thing happens. They call on you, you're there for them. You call on them, they're not there for you. They make an excuse not to be there for you. And you accept that. If you keep on doing that, honey, they're going to keep giving you excuses. So the way to do it is set the boundary from the get-go. Like, I'm always going out of my way for you. I expect so and so from you too. I expect to be able to count on you. I expect to be able to reach you, when I need you. You gotta set the boundary early. If you don't, then it's not gonna work. You're gonna get burned out, and you're gonna start feeling resentful, and that's gonna end the relationship anyway. So why not set the boundary early so that you can have a long-lasting relationship? Everybody will respect each other and respect themselves, right? So that is that. Now, number 3. Okay, number 3 is there has to be a balance of power, right? There has to be a balance of power, because if there's no balance of power, somebody's going to feel resentful. Somebody's always going to feel, first of all, the person who is always in power or in control is going to feel burned out after a while. The person who is not, who doesn't have any control, is going to start feeling resentful, is going to feel like they don't matter, it's going to drop their self-esteem, right? So this is unhealthy. The power has to be balanced, You make certain decisions, I make certain decisions, right? So it can't be one-sided. It doesn't work. It's not going to work. It might work for a temporary time, but in the long run, it does not work. Somebody's going to be offended. Somebody's going to be burned out, and it's not going to end well. So balance the power. Set the boundaries early enough that, okay, you're responsible for certain things, I'm responsible for certain things. We have, equal decision-making power in the relationship. Okay? All right. And when I say equal, it doesn't mean like, 50-50. It just means that, certain things this person's responsible for, and then certain things I'm allowed to take care of. That's just all it means in any relationship, whether it's family members or husband and wife, like I said, or just a friendship, So number 4 is you have to learn to say no sometimes, all right? You can't always be a yes man or yes woman. Sometimes you gotta say no, when the appropriate time is, So learn to say no and be comfortable with it. Don't feel bad about having to say no, because you can't do everything. You can't be at somebody's beck and call all the time. So you got to learn to no. And you got to set that boundary early on, because if you start off saying yes to everything and then all of a sudden you're saying no, the person will be looking at you like, excuse me? Okay? They will take it for granted. They will feel like they're entitled to your yes. And when you say no, they're going to resent it. Yeah. Okay, so learn to say no. Okay, now next is, okay, this one is really important, y'all. It's really important. You gotta learn to love yourself, you know? Love yourself. You gotta learn to be able to be by yourself and enjoy being by yourself. Okay? You cannot let somebody else's presence be the only thing that makes you happy. Like if you're not with someone, or you're not going somewhere with someone, or doing something with someone, you're not having fun. No, 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 no. You should learn to be able to have fun all by yourself. Enjoy your alone time, honey. Yes, those are actually one of the best times, you know. You got to learn to enjoy your alone time and not let your happiness depend solely on being with somebody else or doing something with somebody else, right? You can be alone and do something and enjoy it. And you got to start from the get-go and make that possible for yourself. Set that boundary, like, I don't have to go out with you to have a good time. No. Or go out with friends to have a good time, or go out with or be with people all the time in order to have fun. No. You need to be able to have fun by yourself. And that starts with from the get-go. Like, let's say you're in a relationship or something, and you're in love or whatever, but don't make yourself that if you're not with that person, you're not happy. You still gotta, find time sometimes to be away from the person so that you can get used to having fun by yourself, because that's not healthy to only depend on the person for your happiness. Okay, that's that one. Next one is, don't be afraid to ask for help. All right? Don't try to do everything by yourself. Like, say for instance, it's time to clean the house, right? Don't try to be a superwoman or superman and do it all by yourself. Ask others to help you, If there are other people in the house, ask them to help. Divide up the chores. Let everybody do their part, Because if you start to do it all by yourself, and then later on you want to ask family members to help you, they're going to have an issue with that. All right? Because all these years you've been doing it all by yourself, and now why are you asking us to do it? They're going to resent it. Like, let's say you have to cook or whatever. You cook all the meals or something, and then, you cook and then you clean and then you do everything, and you do the dishes too. Don't do that. You got to divide it up. Like, sometimes when you're like, you can set it up so that, okay, on weekends we're going to clean up. You do this one, you do that one, But if you started off just, oh no, I'll do it. No, I'll do everything. Oh no, it's okay. No, don't do that. Because you will get tired. And once you get tired and then you start asking them to help, they're going to be mad. Okay, they're going to just see it as you are being mean. So start from the get-go, letting everybody do their share. Then everybody will be happy and nobody will complain. The last one is that you should not feel guilty about setting these boundaries, honey. You got to set these boundaries for your mental health. Because, like I said, if you don't set these boundaries, first of all, you're going to be doing a lot by yourself. Secondly, eventually it's going to wear you down and you are going to resent everybody in your life. And thirdly, you also need to respect other people's boundaries. All right? It is reciprocal. You have to reciprocate and respect people's boundaries as well. your partner's boundaries, your family members' boundaries, your friends' boundaries, okay? You have to reciprocate. How do they say it? Practice what you preach. All right? So that's it, guys. That is it for this episode. Thank you for watching. And please do not forget to hit that subscribe button and subscribe if you have not already subscribed. If you have already subscribed, thank you very much, like I said. And like this video as well. And put on your notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I post something new. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.